I just got this new car. It is so cool. It has this feature in it called OnStar. They are literally managing my car remotely as I drive it around. They are monitoring the tire pressure. They're monitoring the fluid levels. They are monitoring the airbags should there be an accident. It's truly amazing. And it struck me that, wait a minute, I've been engaged in this kind of activity before. I've been the OnStar, if you will, to the routers and switches in my network infrastructure. I can monitor and care for them just like OnStar cares for me as I drive around in my new car. This capability, you monitoring and managing your network equipment very efficiently from anywhere in the world, is the magic that is the Simple Network Management Protocol. In this particular live lesson, we're going to take a very detailed look at this critically important management protocol for modern network infrastructures. I hope you'll join us on this exciting journey through the world of SNMP. Simple Network Management Protocol is all about helping you, surprise, surprise, manage your network. In this particular video, we'll take a look at exactly why Simple Network Management Protocol is so important. Why was it designed? What versions exist of Simple Network Management Protocol? How does it really work? And we'll also take a look at a sample configuration on a networking device. So let's go ahead and get started with SNMP. Simple Network Management Protocol reminds me of the new car my family and I just got. This car is equipped with something called OnStar, and it's amazing. The OnStar people are aware when my back tire's low, or they're aware when an airbag is deployed. It's amazing how they are going in and reading variables that are somewhere stored in the computer on my vehicle, and they're able to give me information about these variables. There's a database of information in my car. How amazing. And they can go in and check on this database. Folks, that's just like Simple Network Management Protocol. It began back in 1988 as a solution for not only monitoring your network equipment, but also potentially reconfiguring it. So all of these parameters about your networking equipment are stored in a database, and we can check those variables to check on the health of the device, or we can rewrite those variables in order to reconfigure the device. So Simple Network Management Protocol is amazingly powerful. What about just passively monitoring the network itself? Well, an offshoot of Simple Network Management Protocol is called Remote Network Monitoring. And this allows us to go ahead and efficiently just gather pure statistical information about the health of the network and then go in and gather these statistics in order to report on the overall network itself. I wanted to just introduce you to RMON here, as you will often see it associated with SNMP. SNMP is certainly come a long way through the years. Versions 1 and 2C of SNMP were often poked fun of by network administrators. They would say, SNMP stands for Security, Not My Problem. That's right. The versions 1 and 2C of this protocol did very little for security. They were great for you to be able to manage your network with these protocols, but security came down to a simple, clear text password called a community string. This is an atrocious way in which to go about trying to manage your network when you can get to the information with a simple, clear text password. Not good. For those that were concerned about security running versions 1 or 2C of SNMP, they would take the SNMP traffic and send it through a secured tunnel. because that would be the only real way you could secure it. Version 3 of Simple Network Management Protocol finally introduces security. As a matter of fact, SNMP version 3 allows for authentication, ensuring you're exchanging the information with the correct entity, integrity, ensuring that the information isn't changed in transit, and also encryption, making sure the information is not read as it is sent over the network infrastructure. So, SNMP version 3 is our latest, greatest version, and the good news is it is going to coexist with the previous versions when necessary, and its configuration really isn't all of that overwhelmingly different from the earlier configs. When you hear folks talking about Simple Network Management Protocol, they'll often refer to the manager and the agent. The manager is typically graphical user interface software that's going to be reaching out to a simple little agent running on the network device. So you have this manager concept that's relying on an agent in order to run on the network equipment and return the information that the manager is requesting. Remember I said there was that database of information that was going to be used to monitor the health of our equipment and possibly change our equipment? Well, this database goes by the name MIB. And no, please don't confuse this with Men in Black. And yes, this is me and my family on the Men in Black ride at Universal Studios, Florida. You can see my daughter was a little concerned about the aliens that were attacking us. You know what? Now that I think about it, I look pretty concerned as well. One more thing I would like to point out about this photograph, even though we were in Florida, it was a very cold day. Notice we are all in jackets. But anyways, this MIB is not the Men in Black. No, it's the Management Information Base. And this Management Information Base is a standardized database holding all of these objects that we can go in and measure, or, as I said, potentially reconfigure so that we can change the behavior of the device in a very proactive and simple way. Well, I'm sure you want to see an example of SNMP on a device, so let's go to a Cisco router, and on this Cisco router, let's see how we would get SNMP working. One of the first things you should consider doing is creating an access control list and permitting the device that is allowed to come in and manage this particular system, especially if we're going to be using one of those SNMP versions that isn't all that great at security. So we come in here and we create an access list permitting a particular host. In this case, it's the 10.10.10.5 host. That's the manager that we want to come in and manage this particular device. Next, we say SNMP server, and we can get some context-sensitive help here. We see that we are going to specify a community string. This is that password that is going to be set so this device can be managed. And then I can say read only, and then I can assign the access control list that will be limiting the access. Pretty cool. So we have just turned on the SNMP server functionality on this network device. We have locked it down with a password called Cisco, real creative, and we are only allowing read-only access. If I'm using a version of SNMP that's not all that secure, I don't want them reconfiguring my network device using this protocol. And then I add some measure of security by tying it to that access list we created, numbered 1, which only permits a specific host to come in and manage this device. Now let me show you one more cool thing. This device, this Cisco router, will now allow this special management station to come in and take its temperature, so to speak, and sample these variables to get network information about this device. But we can set up this device to also proactively send notifications up to the manager when certain things happen. These are called SNMP traps. And notice that we can set SNMP traps by issuing our SNMP server trap command. For example, we can have authentication enabled for these traps, and we can assign traps using a standards-based assignment. So when we're working with SNMP and we see the word trap, remember, this is referring to a proactive notification that the agent can send up to the management station instead of the other way around, where the management station is constantly asking information of this particular device. So, pretty cool. This simple network management protocol that can assist us dramatically when it comes time to manage our network infrastructure. Well, we have plenty more videos on the way, folks, that will be zeroing in, like we did here on SNMP, on particular network practices and protocols. I sure hope you'll join us.